Okay, so here is really the final product that I'd like you to send to me um, when you've completed your analysis and you've gathered the information from the other um, virtual assistant. So basically, what I'd like you to do is force rank the properties that you think would be good for me to bid on. So, and what I do is I have them separated here because I'm really just looking for the top four. And these four, I decided not to because in real estate, I'm not sure if you've heard this, but obviously location is everything. And I'm trying to find houses that are in a good location and actually are in decent condition if possible. So that's primarily what I focus on initially. If I can't find properties that are in a nice location, then I'll consider maybe a little bit of a worse location, but are in good condition. And then obviously, I could get a bad house in bad condition, but I'd try to stay away from those because just it's too much of an issue. So, and by the way, there's really no right or wrong in sending these to me because you're not familiar with the area. So just based on what you see, just tell me what you think are the best ones. And what I try to do is gather information not only on the property but the person, because a lot of times you have to buy these properties with tenants in them. So some of the things I'd like you to look at is when you're looking up information, did the owners pass away? You can put their name in the town, and did they pass away? Does the current owner have an arrest record? You can probably just Google the person's name in the town and see if anything comes up. Is the property in neighborhood setting, which I seek, and does the property appear to be in nice condition? So when you pull it up on the website called Instant Street View, for example, the first one that I like out of all of them is this one at 401 Copper Mill Road in Weathersfield. And when you pull it up, this is the house. It's in good condition. But just be cognizant that the date is here, where the image date is. So this was done June of 2012. So that's over 14 years ago, or about 14 years ago, about 12 years ago. Sorry. So, but I'm hoping that the house is in the same condition that it looks like in this picture. It looks like they take care of it. So that property is of interest. And then you're going to put, I happen to call the attorney, so you may not get this information, but basically what I did is, I looked up information on the property. I looked up information on the people. And so then what I did is I just force ranked. I just did 1 through 4, and I thought, what are the ones that I like, and what are the comments that I have? So if there's any comments that you have for me on the property, put those there. And obviously one of the biggest things is there has to be enough equity. So there has to be a decent spread here between what the property is valued at and what the debt is. So in here, the first one's 107,000, next one's 76,000, 63,000, and 114. So the reason why I put this last of all the 4 is just because, yeah, it's a residential area, but there's commercial right behind it. I put some information on the person, but he's a criminal. He's got a criminal background. And so if I can't get him out, I have to deal with somebody who's going to be a criminal. It'll be hard to evict, or be harder to evict. So a lot of this is more subjective on your end. And then you can just, there's usually not this many properties you need to evaluate. Never this many, honestly. But this is a good place to share with you that, hey, a lot of them, so you can see all the examples. But, these ones I stayed away from because in the city of Hartford, it's not a great area. And if it's the south end of Hartford or the north end of Hartford is where gangs are. And just those ones I just didn't have as much interest in, even though there's a substantial amount of equity. So I just kind of passed on those, and I targeted other ones that I really the towns and the type of properties that I prefer. So these are the reports this is the type of report I want you to send to me. And if you could send to me, I would say by Wednesday morning. That way I have it, and then I have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to evaluate and then figure out which one I want to go bid on. So I hope this gives you just a little bit more information on what I seek. Thanks.